Hello, Cancers and Cancer Risings. This is your October mini reading from Expressions of the Universe. Hi, I'm Kim, and I'm going to combine a little astrology and a little bit of tarot and give you a little mini reading, Cancers and Cancer Risings. So the sun is moving into Libra. That represents the seventh house. That's about partnerships, marriages, alliances, conflicts, some legal matters. Libra is all about harmony and balance and fairness, sometimes unfairness, um, very indecisive sometimes. And so, what does that leave for the Cancers and Cancer Risings? I am a Cancer rising sign, so I kind of want to know which cards are going to come out. I have a Gemini sun sign and a Leo moon sign. If you don't know what your astrological chart is, there are so many free charts that you can look up, especially if you know your exact birth time. However, if you want a reading, you can always come to me. I'm always doing a little reading sale here and there. However, let's pick some cards and see what we have. Pluto will be moving direct on October 1st, and that means that our boundaries are finally moving forward. I've been talking a lot over the past couple of months about putting up healthy boundaries. For all of us, Cancers especially need it because being a water sign, we just are very kind-hearted. I mean, I know you're going to say probably a lot of Cancers are very crabby. That is true. And we are emotional. A lot of times we keep that inward, but our boundaries will start to move forward. So if you're watching this early before October, it's so super important to set those healthy boundaries. Also, too, with Chiron retrograde in Pisces, we need to do some inward healing right now until that goes direct and back into Aries. So this is a super important time for Cancers to get right with themselves. All right, so let's see what I have, the cards that I have chosen. And the first card is Rock Bottom. Not the best card, but let's see. What am I picking up from this? First of all, Rock Bottom definitely symbolizes addictions and some things that we need to work on. That could also be our inner healing, the things that we need to deal with. And I'm getting some horrible glare out there. But Rock Bottom also means surrender and acceptance for what is right now, and admit that maybe you don't know what direction that you're going in, or you don't know where to go next. And that's okay. The only thing that you need to do, Cancers and Cancer Risings, right now is just surrender and go with the flow and admit that you just don't know. You don't know what is next, and you don't know what to do. And that's okay, because when you do that, when you can admit that to yourself, doorways, stairways are going to start to open for you. I have to take this advice too because I am a Cancer rising, and I feel like I have hit that proverbial brick wall. Not so much rock bottom, but I have hit a brick wall in a few aspects in my life. And so maybe I just need to admit that I don't know where to go next. That's what we need to do. Now, if I think about the sun in Libra, which does rule the seventh house of partnerships and marriages, also with Venus going retrograde in Scorpio with fate and destiny, that leads me to the next card that I've picked. And it is the Fates. Can you see that? Let me put that up there nice and close for you. Fate and destiny are going to take over. And I'm really, really hopeful that that means something good is coming. Now, with Venus being retrograde and in Scorpio, we're in the month of October. Halloween is coming, Samhain is coming. We've got the full harvest moon that is happening in a few days, right? Before I'm recording this. Also, the autumnal equinox. The veil is super thin. So we have fated events coming in, fated people. I believe in past lives. Hopefully you do as well. And I believe that when we are in spirit on the other side, in between our lives, we make agreements with our soulmates, and soulmates is not always the love of our life. They could be coming in for lessons. We make agreements with other souls on the other side. And when we do that, we tell them, we design how and when we want them to show up in our lives, because we have all this learning to do. We may need another lesson, or we may be ready for the actual soulmate to show up. So pay attention to signs and synchronicities and new people showing up in your life, because it could be a fated relationship. I'm so excited about that. I am so glad that I picked that card. Now, this card has been showing up, and it is a change in the wind. So the winds of change are blowing. Things are changing in our lives, Cancers and Cancer risings. For some of us, it's a tornado of change. Let's not let it be that. This is also saying that we really just need to go with the flow, because things are changing, but I think that the energy is shifting for the better. And so I don't think it's really anything that we need to worry about or be afraid about. Just know that some things are going to be changing in our lives. Surrender and accept whatever comes your way, because you never know. If something major changes in our lives, Cancers and Cancer risings, that change could lead us to that fated event, or that fated person, or that fated career, or wonderful opportunity. And so sometimes, things have to end in order to get us to the place that we need to be. And then the final card that I have for Cancers and Cancer risings for this month is Come to the Edge. And this is all about taking a risk. That theme has been showing up a lot in my weekly wisdoms. Coming to the edge is about taking a leap of faith, coming to the edge of a situation and deciding if you're going to move forward with that situation or you're going to chuck it in the trash. It's about making that decision. So I think a lot of us are Cancers and Cancer risings. That is what we're having to do with the full harvest moon that is coming and the autumnal equinox, Mabon, the fall harvest festival. I always go back to my blog that I wrote about fall feng shui. This is a great time to clean your house. Cancers, you're all about nesting down in your house and making it all nice and comfy, cozy. It's time to start decorating with those fall colors, the golds and the oranges and the reds, and, putting some beauty into your house, getting some pumpkins. For those of you that may like pumpkin spice, I don't, but I do love the smell of cinnamon and cloves and apples. So that's what you need to do. You need to beautify the nest, Cancers. Just know that a fated event is coming. So that's all I have for you for the month of October. Please, if you liked this video, give me some thumbs up. Comment me right here on YouTube and let me know if you liked it or what, or if you didn't like it. Leave me a comment so that I know. Also, let me know if there's something specific that you would like to hear and know for November. So until next time, oops, sorry about that. A little turbulence. Thank you, Cancers and Cancer risings. Have a great October.